Welcome to the Simple Joy Show. I'm Hayley, your host, here to guide you on your journey towards a simpler and more joyful life. In today's episode, we're tackling a post-Christmas double feature, decluttering your Christmas decorations and organising your new gifts. Yes, these tasks can be overwhelming, but with the right approach, we can start the new year with a refreshed and well-organised home. So let's dive in. This is the Simple Joy Show, the podcast for people who are ready to declutter and simplify their homes and lives to create more space, time, energy and freedom. I am your host, Hayley Forster, mother, wife and declutter coach, and I'm going to be sharing with you simple bite-sized nuggets to help you on your journey to living a simpler life through the power of decluttering. So if you're ready to choose calm over chaos, then let's dive into today's show. Hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you had a lovely Christmas break. I've been off for 2 weeks, but it felt like much longer, which was really nice. And to be honest, I think I needed it. We've not been very, I suppose, physically active over the past few months after our big holiday in the summer. But I've been really busy with work and lots of mental stimulation. So I think I just needed a bit of a switch off and a nice gentle couple of weeks, relax, have time with the family, and we did just that. The girls finished on the 22nd. We had a really lovely Christmassy weekend leading up to the big day, and then we had obviously Christmas Day. My dad came down to visit us, and then on Boxing Day we went up to Northumberland with our family, which is always lovely. That is where me and my husband are originally from, and all of our family's up there except my sister and her family. But it's just so nice getting back up there, feeling like I'm home again, seeing the beach, smelling the sea air, all of that. And it's just, I find it so calm and so relaxing. And we stayed there for 2 or 3 days, and it was just really lovely catching up with family and just relaxing with them, which was just what we needed. And then we came home for New Year and just have had a really gentle start to the new year, which has been really calming and just really grounding for us. And I think it's just been nice to start the year, not in a frenzied fashion, and just really easing ourselves into it. So I hope you've had a lovely break as well and you feel refreshed and motivated, ready to start 2024. So as mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be doing a bit of a double feature for you today, just to try and wrap up those little things post Christmas. So let's start by focusing on those festive decorations. So now that the Christmas season over, it's really time for you to reclaim your space. I love Christmas and I love all of the joy, the festivity around it, but it can leave you with a little bit of a chaotic home depending on how many decorations you've had. And if you're anything like me, you get to post New Year's or near 12th night and you feel as though you're ready to take the decorations down. And when you take the decorations down, it's a great time for you to reevaluate what you've got and what you want to use moving forward. So I just want to touch on some key steps about how you can simplify and organise your festive decor. So step 1, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say here because it's the thing I always recommend you to do when you first start a decluttering project, and that is to gather everything in one place. So gather all of your Christmas decorations that you've used this season and put them in a place where it's easily sorted through. So the kitchen table, or perhaps it's the living room floor, wherever works for you. And this overview basically allows you to see exactly what you've got all in one location. And it's essential for you to know what you've got before you start the decluttering process. And it's much easier for you to start with everything in one place than doing a little bit of decluttering here and there and dotting from one place to the other. And step 2 is you want to start going through your decorations and asking yourself, which items really bring you joy and what brings meaning to your Christmas season. So you want to keep the pieces that have got real sentimental value or that you just genuinely love. It might bring you back some wonderful memories, or you bought it on your own holiday, something like that. But just remember, the goal for your Christmas decorations is to surround yourself with items that enhance your festive spirit and mean something to you. Then step 3 is for you to then identify the decorations that you either didn't use this past Christmas or you haven't used in a while. So if something's been sitting in storage, you've pulled the storage boxes out of the loft, out of the garage to put things away, and you've still got things in there that you've not used, it might be time to let those pieces go. So you could really consider donating those items so that can bring joy to someone else's Christmas. There's plenty of people I see on Facebook groups sharing their unwanted decorations and they get snapped up so quickly. Or it could be that you donate them to a charity shop, or you donate them to a local community centre or school. Perhaps they need some new decorations, but just have a little bit of a look around. Don't just chuck them in the bin. I'm sure there'll be people out there that need your decorations. Then step 4 is I want you to then examine any of your decorations for any signs of wear and tear. So if something's broken, it's no longer working anymore, I want you to just decide whether it can be repaired or if it should be recycled or even discarded if it's not recyclable. So at this point, you've got your keep pile, you've got your donate pile, you've got your rubbish pile, and you've got your repair pile if you need it. So that leads us on to step 5, which is once you've decided on the items that you're keeping, think about storage solutions. So proper storage for Christmas decorations is really key to keeping them in good condition and also easily accessible for you. So we use big plastic boxes. I would recommend using the clear ones so you can easily identify what's in them and label them accordingly. So just make sure that you put on there what it is for. So you can put Christmas tree decorations, living room decorations, outdoor lights, things like that. There's loads of different storage solutions out there you can use as well. I mean, we just use the basics. We've got Christmas tree bags for the Christmas tree, and then we've just got big plastic boxes for the rest of the bits and pieces. But you can get bauble organisers and lots of different smart storage solutions. So if that's something that you want to do, then go right ahead. But you don't need to go that far. As I say, we've just got big plastic boxes that we keep them in, and we've got labels on them. And then when we put them back, we put them in the order that we will need them out again. So typically in our household, we usually get the things out for December the 1st, earlier than everything else. So we put those at the front, so they will be the last things that we put up. So we put things at the back that are the heaviest, the biggest, that we don't necessarily need immediately, and then we'll put the things at the front that we're going to need access to, as I say, such as those advent boxes and the naughty elves. So just think about what order you're going to need things when you return them to their storage location. And then moving forward, just be really intentional with your new Christmas decoration purchases. And just before you buy something new, just ask yourself if it fits with your existing collection or if it's something that you know that you'll really cherish for years to come. So just last week I done this exact process. My husband pulled all of the boxes out of the garage, and I emptied everything out into the kitchen and I sorted through everything. So anything that was left in that I didn't use this year, I just popped them into some bags for donations. And then everything that we did have left, I just had a little bit of a sort through, done a little bit more of a purge, and then I collected everything into different sections, as I say, depending on the location of where we'd be using them and what they were decorating. And I redid my labels. We popped them back into the loft of the garage, so they're all ready for next year, all nicely organised. And then a couple of days later, we popped out to a local shopping area, which is called the Peace Hall in Halifax, which is just lovely. If you Google it, it's like an old mill, and it's got loads of little independent shops, and it's just really lovely quality items. And there was one shop that I went into, and they're having a little bit of a sale, and I spotted this little Christmas decoration. And I thought to myself, but I've literally just decluttered my Christmas decorations. I probably shouldn't buy it. But then I kept thinking about it, and it was reduced to only about £3, so it wasn't expensive, but it really fit with the style of decor that we've got. Because I like doing, I've got rose gold on the Christmas tree. And then in the other parts of the house, I've got a nice just wooden Scandinavian kind of feel. So it really fit with that style, and I just had to have it. And I thought, you know what, I really do love it. It's like a little wooden Santa. Yeah, I knew my heart was with it, so I made that purchase, and then I popped it in with the rest of the decorations for next year. So just be mindful about what you buy, because I saw loads of Christmas things on sale when we were out, and I could have bought loads of them, and maybe 10 years ago I would have done, but this time I only really bought something that I will truly love and use in the future. Because remember, decluttering your Christmas decorations, it's not just about minimalising, it's about creating space for items that really add to your Christmas joy and festivities. So let's move on to part 2, which is organising new Christmas gifts. So with the festivities behind us, we need to now welcome those new items into our home that maintains the harmony and order of your spaces. You've worked hard, or you're currently working hard on creating your ideal home, and you just want to make sure that by integrating these new items, you're doing so in a way that doesn't disrupt what you're aiming for. So again, step 1, gather all of your items in one location. And this is the point where you're going to handle any perhaps duplicate gifts you may have received, or dare I say it, unwanted gifts. So if you receive duplicates or gifts that don't resonate with you, you can think about regifting them and regifting them responsibly. So donating them or exchanging them if possible, if someone has given you the receipt. And just remember, it's okay to let go of items that don't fit into your life. So perhaps you've received an item that you've already got and you know that you're just not going to use it, then it's okay to let it go. If it's something that isn't necessarily a duplicate, but it's just something that you're not going to use or you don't want, then I would really recommend you go back to one of my episodes. I can't remember the number of it, but I'll include the link in the show notes, which is talking about releasing the guilt of letting go of unwanted gifts, and how that can be really difficult and how you can talk yourself through it. So I would recommend listening to that if you need it. But don't be ashamed if you get gifts that don't necessarily work for you. In our family, we have really reduced the amount of gift giving that we do. We only really gift to the children, and we get very small token gifts for the adults. And when we are buying gifts for people, I do tend to ask, is there anything that they know they want or they know that they need? So I'm being really intentional with my gift giving, and I know it's going to be something that they use. But you may have people in your family, your friend space, that have bought you gifts, and they may have bought you something with such love and kindness, but it's just not something that you're going to use, and that's okay. Don't feel guilty about that. So just go back and listen to that episode if you find as though that's something that you struggle with. But just evaluate all of the gifts that you've received and segment them. So make a pile of the things that you want to keep, and then the things that you perhaps want to donate. And those that you want to keep, just recycle all of the packaging, put any of the gift bags that you might have received or any other wrapping items that you can reuse in the future with your other gift items. Just get them down to the bare bone basic gift item and get rid of all of that packaging and recycle where you can. Then step 2 is to find a home for each item. So for the items that you're keeping, find a specific place in your home where they're going to be used or they're going to be stored. That might mean you need to do some reorganising. You might need to reorganise a drawer for any new kitchen gadgets, or moving some stuff around in your wardrobe for any new clothing you might have received, or finding a perfect place for a decorative piece that you've received as well. So just make sure you make time to do that and don't just pop it on the side and say, oh, I'll do it later. I always say that clutter is delayed decisions, and it's usually delayed actions as well. So just take a moment and find out where you're going to store and locate those items. Perhaps you may have had a clear out before Christmas. That's what we tend to do. We have a clear out of the kids' bedrooms and the kids' play areas. And I usually have a bit of a clear out with the smellies and cosmetics and things like that in preparation for the Christmas gifts incoming. But if you've not had a chance to do that before Christmas, then now is the ideal time. Step 3 is let go of the old. So try and embrace the one in, one out rule. So if a new item is replacing something that you already own, make sure that you let go of the older one. So perhaps you have received a new item for your kitchen utensils. You can let go of the old one that you used to use that no longer is needed. So consider donating that again to charity shops, anywhere that may find your item useful. And that just really helps you avoiding accumulation in your home and keeping your space really clutter free, because you don't want lots of items that are redundant taking up space in your cupboards and your units. Then step 4 is to just organise your items thoughtfully. So just do it in a way that complements your daily routines. So for example, if you've got some new books, make space on your bookshelf, or if it's some techie gadgets, find a way to incorporate them into your existing setup. And just think about where they are best placed to be positioned in your house, that you're going to make use of them. And I would say the last step really is just for you to take time to appreciate and use your new gifts, which is why step 4 is so important. You want to make sure that you put these gifts in a place that makes sense for you and makes it easy for you to appreciate them. Because often we'll put new items to one side, we might forget about them, we'll put them in a cupboard, they're still in that packaging. You want to make an effort to really integrate them in your life from when you're getting them, because otherwise there's no point in you keeping them. So use that new journal, read that new book, wear the new scarf, try out the new kitchen tool, just make use of the items. Because if you just stick them in a cupboard, they're either going to stay there forever and go to waste, or you might miss an opportunity for something that really adds value to your life that you didn't actually realise. But integrating new Christmas gifts into your home is all about thoughtful organisation and maintaining that balance between what we own and what we truly need and what we truly enjoy. And that's it for today. So post-Christmas decluttering and organising is about starting the year on the right foot. It's about cherishing the joy of the season while still maintaining the simplicity and order that brings you peace, joy and calmness, which is what we're all striving for. So if you have any post-Christmas organising tips or decluttering successes, please let me know. Share them using the hashtag #SimpleJoyShow. And just remember, it's all about finding the joy in simplicity. So thanks for tuning in, and here's to a decluttered and organised start to your 2024. See you next week. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the Simple Joy Show further, then please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, you can follow me on Instagram @HelloSimpleJoy. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.